Do you feel it's easier to establish a community as a variety streamer or specialize in a category-specific game? Doing variety to like grow, to start out, is the hardest. It's the worst for growth. It's to the point where you almost cannot grow on variety. You have to have a thing. But the thing is, you don't have to have like one single game be your thing. If you're good at one, I think it's good to build off of that, but you need to at some point pivot and start mixing other stuff in if you want to like long haul it. But yeah, no, variety gives people no continuity with what you're doing besides you, the person. And it is so hard to sell people on you, the person, when there are a billion other you, the people on the platform. You know, the thing that makes them choose to click on you versus others is like, what category are they in? What's their title like? You know, that kind of stuff, not like you, because every stream is a person playing games, right? So yeah, variety is the hardest to make that work on, but you can do variety with a flavor. So like a lot of the stuff I did early, you know, obviously I was VTubing. VTubing was new. There's a lot of people that would come in just because I was a VTuber. However, on top of that, I also did a lot of games that were nostalgic. So I played a lot of GameCube era stuff. And for my first like year, I wasn't really going and playing like every new release. I was like replaying all of Pikmin and things like that. So I got a lot of people coming in because they liked that I liked that. And even when I started playing new stuff, they knew I was the type of streamer they could sit there and be like, I like this new game you're trying. It reminds me of, and they could bring up some old game and they know I'll know what it is. So, you know, that's kind of like how you can add a flavor to it. Like I was still doing variety, but I was just doing like playthroughs of old stuff. Also starting a second channel for variety content. Seems some people do this. I think that's good. I think like I have a second channel, right? I have an alt channel. I sometimes do random shit on it, but it's mostly GTA RP because I went through a really long GTA RP arc on this channel. And I knew at some point I wanted this channel to be variety again. I did not want to like pivot forever and be gone forever, you know, but I wanted to stick out that arc for as long as I had a lot of fun with it. And then once it became just like me chilling and gaming and not me like making crazy content out of it, then I would pivot. So that was what I did. But what I did was I started an alt channel and I moved over but a lot of my time where I play on off days where I wasn't streaming on my main channel, I'd go play it on there. And that's, you know, that's what I started doing. So I think doing the opposite, like if I had said, okay, I'm gonna just play GTA every day for my main content and then do variety on the side, I could have easily opened that channel and made that variety, which is what I think the people who have never been variety streamers before, like for me, it's different because I was variety and then did GTA for a while, still mixed in variety and then went back to it, you know? For a lot of the RP streamers, they've only ever done that. I think for them, making a side channel for variety would be cool. However, there's so much nuance to this, you don't have to. Let's say you stream every day from 2 to 6 and you play this one game, whether it's GTA or whether it's like League, Apex, whatever it is. Let's say you have a regular stream time and you want to add some variety. But when I say add, I mean add like extra hours. What you can do is do your normal streams every day that you're going to do them with the thing you're going to do. And then afterward, then switch to variety, but do it out of your normal time slot. Does that make sense? Because the thing is, people want consistency, right? So there are people that show up every day at 2 p.m. and they want 4 hours of Apex. Okay, you still give them that. But then at the end of stream, you do your 4 hours of Apex and then you go, okay, let's open up another game. And you know people are going to drop off. You know there are going to be people that are like, this isn't Apex, and they're going to not watch. But maybe in that other time slot, there are people that come in that want this other thing from you. And the good news is if they come to watch you at that time and you're not doing variety because you're just doing an Apex stream that day, well, then they're not going to run into just you doing Apex all the time. So there's no like confusion. Yeah, non-disruptive, exactly. So you kind of like multi-time slot it. That takes a lot of hours, a lot of time, but that's like one way I've seen some people do it and it works pretty well. And then what they do is if that variety audience grows in that time slot, then they shrink the Apex time slot earlier, right? They shrink that and they start like moving their streams a little later, and you know what I mean? Like you can then slowly slow burn into that, or you start doing the variety a little earlier and earlier into your stream until like that other thing is phased out. But it's like a slow phase out, you know? So that's kind of one of those things, like there's a lot of nuance to it. There are a lot of ways to do it. For me, I did like I went on a GTA arc and I cold turkeyed it because it was popping off. So I was like, in order to do what I want to do here, I need to just play this. So I did that. On the weekends, I was more likely to still do a bunch of variety, or like after GTA, I would go do some variety if I could. I would still do collabs. Sometimes I couldn't stream them because when I would close the game, it would like practically crash my whole stream. So, but I would still be very present. But yeah, that was what I did for a while. I was like the weekdays when all of my friends that are playing it are on, I'll be on with them and I'll stream it. And then weekends will be hit or miss. Sometimes I'll stream it on the weekend anyway. Sometimes I'll stream something else. So I kept dabbling variety in. And then when I decided, okay, it's kind of like time that I want to do variety again, I just like worked it in. And I took like 2-3 weeks where I did like some variety one day, then GTA another day, and blah, blah, blah. And I started like staggering it until I just picked a day where I was like, okay, I cut it right here. Now it's just only variety again. Boom. you know? But there was like a little bit of a transition instead of me just hard starting and stopping. And I feel like you have to do it that way, you know? That was how I did it. And I mean, for me, I always had a variety audience to begin with, and a lot of the people that watched me play GTA were there beforehand and already watched the earlier iteration of the server that I didn't play on. So they were familiar and like, you know, like there was a lot of overlap. So it didn't really matter for me that much. But I've seen some other people do it, and it's a slow transition.